Welcome to this demonstration video for Silent Night. This arrangement was created by Bastien and is one that I use pretty frequently this time of year with my students. We'll start by looking at the left hand. In many cases, the left hand has notes like these. These are the first two notes, C and E. These are just two of three notes that we find in the C major chord. If you don't know, the C major chord is made up of C, E, and G. So in the very first measure, we're missing the top note, G, but we find that exact note in measure 2. And this kind of thing happens a lot throughout the music where the notes of a chord are split up. We don't always have all three at once. In fact, most of the time we only have two, and sometimes only one note at a time in the left hand. So let's think about those chords. In measures 1 and 2, 3 and 4, we have the notes of the C chord. Then we have the 5-7 chord, or G7. Now we're stepping up. And these two are C and F. They are two of the three notes in an F major chord, or a 4 chord we call it. Here I'm playing all three, C, F, A. But in the context of this arrangement, we have the bottom two, then the top one. Change chords, same pattern. Change chords, again, same pattern. Bottom two, top note. Now stepping down. At this point, we get full 3-note chords, at least for the next 3 measures. We have a 1 chord, 5-7, and 1. Going down to a low C. Let's hear that again and just review the chords in the left hand. You may hear me refer to them using letters like C, F, or G. You may hear me refer to them with Roman numerals like 1, 4, or 5-7. And if you're not familiar with those, I'll get into it in a future video. But again, here's the left hand. The 1 chord, C major. Now, a simple 5-7. Back to the 1 chord. 4 chord, which is F major. Back to the 1 chord. 4. And 1. Now the 5-7. Then in the right hand, I think the most important thing is just to focus on where the hand goes, when it changes positions, and exactly where we need to go. We start here with finger 3 on G. And in the second line of music, we move up so that finger 5 is on D. Finger 3 to A. here's a really unusual position. We put finger 3 on D so that the thumb is actually on B. That's kind of unusual because, as you may have guessed, the home note or tonic note in this music is C. So to have the right hand thumb on B and use this position is a little unusual, but it works perfectly for this phrase of the melody. Let me start there. Now move finger 5 to C, and quickly move finger 5 to G, and that takes us all the way down to C, our home note. Again, just pay attention to those places where the right hand moves to a new position. We also have dotted quarter notes and eighth notes. Since this is such a familiar song, you probably won't have much trouble with the rhythm, but listen to me count the beats as I play the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can hear how the dotted quarter notes last slightly longer than a beat, and of course the eighth notes come between beats 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's hear the song with both hands this time.